You're listening to A-Town Sports, live from the ATL, Atlanta's #1 place for everything Atlanta sports. Now, here is your A-Town team.
What's up, Josh? How you doing, man? Oh, can you hear me? Oh, it says it's connecting.
I like that hoodie, though.
There he is. Can you hear me? Oh, let's see. So it says I got your video going, but your mic's not connected. It may take a little bit. Let's see. It says it's connecting to audio, and it says it. Oh.
Can you guys hear me?
There it goes. How you doing,
Awesome.
man?
I'm good. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Man, we're
Doing
great.
good.
We're great.
Doing well.
I can't thank you enough for coming on, man. I'm Josh, and this is some of our A-Town team, if you will. As you can see, Caleb's got Joe Exotic in his background, so just ignore that.
Yeah.
But
Very nice. Very nice. I was a fan of the show, so.
it was a good show. Why I have it as my background, who knows?
it was definitely one of the most interesting shows I've ever seen. But anyway.
Carol Baskins.
That's right. Well, Josh, we can't thank you enough for coming on. And, man, I got to say it. I know it's going to sound like we're brown-nosing, but when I say we all grew up 30 minutes south of the Georgia Dome, then Georgia Dome, and we're all lifelong Falcons fans. So just the fact that you'd come on and hang out with us a little bit, man, means a lot. And we're just glad to have you on, man. How's your day been?
Day's been pretty good. I'm definitely happy to be on. It's just another day in the quarantine life, I guess you would say.
So that actually leads me it's funny you say that. So how have you been handling the quarantine? I'm assuming, I know you're probably all over the place a lot. Are you in Atlanta right now, or are you in somewhere else?
Yeah, so I'm in Atlanta right now. I was actually a senior in college, so I got my senior year cut short, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Dang.
Yeah, big time bummer. So I found out that we weren't going to be able to go back. I think it was about March 15th, so almost a month ago now. And so since then, I've just been in Atlanta, just kind of hunkered down here, trying to get through online classes and everything. After that, I'm planning to move to New York and work up there for a year.
Wow.
So I'm excited about that. So that'll be a really good opportunity, and I look forward to that, working with the NFL, actually.
Oh, sweet.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what exactly,
really
what
cool.
department you be working with in the NFL?
So I'm going to be doing some rotational stuff. So I'll be spending time in about three or so different departments just to get a taste of everything, and also just kind of learn what I'm best at, as well, and what I need to work on. So I'm excited about the opportunity. It'll be a lot of fun. New York, obviously, very different than Atlanta, so that'll be a good experience, a fun experience to say the least. So I'm excited about it, but just trying to get through this last 3 or 4 weeks of school until I'm off and done with college. So I'm excited about it.
Well, man,
Awesome.
I got to say that, of course, once again, it's going to sound like I'm sucking up, but I truly believe your dad's the greatest owner in all of sports. And my favorite moment was, we're not going to talk about 2017 Super Bowl. Never happened. Not going to talk about it.
Never happened.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never happened. But to watch him raise that MLS trophy and just to get to see him enjoy a championship for the city of Atlanta, I didn't even care about that the city won it. I was just happy that Arthur Blank got his championship. And so that meant the world to me.
He was so happy that the city won it, just because obviously it's been such a long time. And Atlanta traditionally, as everyone knows, the Atlanta curse, man.
It is a thing.
Worst.
People try to deny it. It was a thing. I'm telling you.
It's a thing. It's awful. It's terrible. And obviously, like you said, 2017, that was an awful time, but it was a great run at the same time. You have 32 teams trying to make it to the Super Bowl every year, and to say that we made it at least is still impressive. And even though we lost, there's definitely a good learning experience. You can't celebrate too early. I'm sure a lot of Falcons fans were celebrating and thought it was over. But
I was planning my trip down. Actually, me and Adam were on the phone planning our trip down to Atlanta for the parade, man. But that's water under the bridge. We got a new season ahead of us. So that's what we're looking for.
Season. Exactly.
So I got to know your thoughts, and then I'm going to ask you this, and the other guys got some questions for you.
Yeah, of course.
Let's look at the offseason. We've had, I think, some really key pickups. Obviously, I was not expecting Todd Gurley. I really don't think many Falcons fans were expecting us to get Todd Gurley.
Yeah,
my jersey's on the way, baby. My jersey's on the way.
I love to hear that.
Hayden Hurst from Baltimore. I think that was a great pickup. At tight end, of course, Fowler coming out in LA. So I really think we had some great offseason pickups. But I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think so far of our off-season moves? I think actually I got to give Dimitrov credit here. I've been sometimes a critic of his in the past, but I think he's done a great job this offseason.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the offseason pickups, I mean, first of all, definitely has generated a buzz within the fan base, especially going out and get someone like Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
A lot of Falcons fans happen to be Georgia Bulldog fans too. And
go Dogs, baby.
There are probably now exactly. I'm sure there are probably a lot of Bulldog fans who will now at least pay attention to the Falcons or want to go to Falcons games just to see Todd Gurley. And I mean, not only that, but he's a great player too. So I think I'm excited to see what he'll do in the city of Atlanta. Obviously, he said it's kind of like a homecoming for him. So I think that chip on the shoulder will help him. Obviously, someone bringing like Fowler in will be a huge benefit to the defense, especially. I mean, I would argue our division has the best quarterbacks in all of the NFL, especially now with the addition of Tom Brady.
Yeah. Why does that guy got to come in and ruin everything?
It's tough. I mean, you got Tom. I know. If he hasn't ruined enough for us already.
Right.
Yeah. Sick of that guy.
Unbelievable. So having him come in and get after the quarterback will be great. Just in our division and our conference as a whole is just so good with quarterbacks. So I think hopefully he'll bring some sacks over, which we need to get after the quarterback. And then as far as Hayden Hurst, obviously we lost Hooper, so to be able to replace Hooper with Hurst filled a need for us, and I think he'll do a great job. Obviously, he used to be a first-round pick. I think it was 3 years ago, I believe. And so that'll be great. That'll be a great addition for us. And I mean, people are calling us the whole offensive first-round picks because we picked up Laquan Treadwell, who's another first-round pick. I think where we have 12 or 13 now first-round picks, something incredible. So
we're not lacking
I'm excited.
the offensive
I think
talent at all.
It's been good. And
no, plenty of firepower there.
Plenty of firepower. So, and I love that Hayden Hurst signing as much as I loved Austin Hooper. I agree with we didn't, from money wise, I don't think it makes sense. So I love the addition of him. So I couldn't agree with you more. I have big expectations for this season. Some of the other guys, we'll start with Adam. They're just going to fire off. They got some questions, man. And we're just kind of go round table discussion.
Yeah.
We're not really formal.
Perfect.
We're just clearly, as we have a Tiger and Joe Exotic in the background. So not exactly formal here. But so, yeah, man, we're just going to shoot off some questions and see where it goes. So, Adam, go for it.
Awesome.
All right. Since we've all been quarantined, I guess, I don't know, is your dad there too in Atlanta, or is he kind of out?
Yeah, he's been in Atlanta with us the entire time. So he's actually probably enjoyed it the most out of all of us because my sister is a freshman in college. And so it's been a time where all of us are back together. And I don't think he thought that he would ever have us like this again. So he's liked that a lot. But he's in Atlanta with us.
That's cool. So what's he like when he's not having to be the business-minded Arthur Blank, or
what is the
Atlanta
Godfather
Falcons
like
owner?
at home?
Yeah. Of course. He likes to laugh a lot. I would say that. And I think he kind of gives off that personality when he interacts with the fans, how like happy he is and how welcoming it is. I would say he's definitely the same thing, me and my friends, he's always super welcoming to them. Like he loves having people over. He loves to entertain. Obviously right now, not entertaining anyone because we got to maintain social distance and everything. But he loves to just be around people. He's really big into family dinners. That's a big part of us. He loves movies as well. We always do a movie night every single night, actually. Except last night we watched the Jordan ESPN 30 for 30.
Oh, that was good.
Great series, by the way.
Really
we'll ask you
Great
something about that
series.
at the end because we have a debate to settle, but we'll ask that later.
Perfect. So I would say you see all the side of how he interacts with the fans, but on a more personal level. He cares a lot about family. That means most to him, but he loves family walks. He's been pushing a lot of those recently. Although to much chagrin of my brother and sister, they're not too big into him. But yeah, he's enjoying it. I mean, he's been really positive throughout it. I think he's just ready to get back out and get back to work. I know he misses it a lot, but he's doing good.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So like for you, like on a typical game day, like just take us through, like, do you like watch it from home? Do you watch it from the stadium? Like, I mean, just what is your typical game day experience like?
So when I was younger, when I had more time and didn't have to deal with college and everything, I actually would always go to all the games and then I would work the game. So I was in charge of helping out with the equipment before the games and then picking up the towels, picking up the Gatorade bottles, doing all that. During the game, I was actually the kid who would run out and get the tea after kickoffs.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That was my task. So that was a lot of fun. So in a traditional game day, we usually get there like 2.5 hours before. Always like to go into the locker room and just say hi to like players and do all that. Just make sure that they know that we're there supporting and whatnot. On a typical game day, like if I'm not able to go, I always just watch from home. I made sure I got Sunday tickets that way I could watch every game, no matter a Falcons game or non-Falcons game. I make sure I watch all the games. I play fantasy football.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
So I got to know, your dad's owned the team for 15 years now, 15 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
So you've met a lot of Falcons players throughout the years. So I got to know, well, two questions. One, give us a few of your favorite Falcons that you've met throughout the years. And two, how cool of a guy is Julio Jones? I'm kind of a Julio Jones fan girl, to be honest. So I got to know that.
Who isn't?
Yeah, come on.
Everyone loves Julio. I mean, he's the best. I would say guys who have done a great job of, being involved with the organization and the community. So like guys like Warwick Dunn, I liked him a lot. Roddy White, I was always a big Roddy fan. Guys like Tony Gonzalez, Todd McClure. Matt Ryan obviously is still on the team, but he's been here for quite some time now. So I'd definitely say even like Brian Finneran. Those are some of my favorite like all-time players, just because I thought they obviously gave a lot to the team, and for the most part they spent a decent amount of their career here, but also I felt like they had a really good connection to the fan base. And I'm sure a lot of Falcons fans would say those are some of their favorites.
Yeah, for sure.
As for Julio, obviously big Julio fan. He's a very down-to-earth guy, though. He loves, and I'm sure people have heard this, but he loves fishing. Like a true Alabama boy. I mean, he loves to go fishing all the time, deep sea fishing and regular fishing. So when you're around him, like he likes to talk about football, but he honestly just likes to talk about, like life and fishing and all that too, which is pretty unique. So it's kind of nice to be able to talk to players and stuff, and to not only have to talk to them about football related aspects too.
So we had Josh Harris on last episode, and he told us that Julio Jones is the best table tennis player in that locker room. He wouldn't let us call it ping pong. He corrected us, said it was table tennis. But have you ever played against Julio? Is he really that good at ping pong?
I've never played against him, but I've witnessed it before, just being around during training camp and everything, and I've seen him in action, and he's pretty special player. I guess his athletic ability in football happens to translate over to table tennis. So
what can't this man do?
What can't this man do?
Exactly. I mean,
honestly.
Which I don't know if y'all have seen going around. Boogie Cousins said the meanest dunk he's ever seen in a high school game was Julio throwing it down on someone, but we can't find the footage.
I know.
And I need to see it.
Well, if it's anything like what he did to Luke Kuechly, I mean, that was nasty. So I'm sure.
Exactly. Or the time against the Patriots when we're playing at New England.
He just
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah,
get some, boy.
Exactly.
Did we get blown out? That doesn't matter, but still.
We got the highlight, so.
We got the highlight.
Exactly.
That's all that matters. Well, we're going to keep shooting them off. Caleb, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say, to piggyback off that question, are there any former Falcons that you didn't like?
Oh, Caleb, he can't answer that. Come on.
Now, listen, I would be wrong not to ask it. I don't expect you to answer it, but I just thought.
No. I mean, no. I liked them all. I mean, some players I don't maybe know as well, and some players I didn't have the chance to get to know because either I just wasn't around as much or they weren't with the Falcons for very long. And obviously, some players, they're more reserved than others, and they don't really want to talk to everyone and whatnot. So. I can't say I've ever had any like bad relationships with any players, but some players I have had better relationships with than others.
I just had to ask. I had to.
Of course. No, it's a fair question.
Now, Josh, seeing your hoodie, it made me think of the new jerseys coming out. Do you have your favorite either combo or what's your favorite jersey? I mean, because they obviously – I love them all. They all look good, but what's your favorite?
So I like them all too. My favorite though is the white. I thought the clean white look was great. Yeah. But after seeing that picture that Todd Gurley put out, I'm not sure if you guys saw it in the gradient jerseys, the red and the black.
Dude, those
might be my new favorite now too. I mean, after seeing him in those, it knocked him up there. So my initial reaction was the white was my favorite. I liked them all, but the gradient might be pushing the white now.
I got my Gurley jersey coming in black. Okay. And then I'm going to get the Debo jersey in all white. And then I think the gradient jersey, I'm gonna go with Grady Jarrett. Those are my three. Like
Man,
I love
Adam
Julio.
flexing
Grady.
with his jerseys, man.
I know, three jerseys. I like it.
I'm telling you.
Sheesh.
What were y'all's favorites?
Oh,
Mine was
so I
definitely
agree
all
with
black.
you. You were
All
all black.
black.
So mine was the all white. When I saw them, that's the first thing that popped in my head. So it's funny. Atlanta, the Twitter account a few months ago put out, hey, which uniforms? Basically, give us your input. What would you like to see? So I wanted the old school. We wore them during Michael Vick's tenure. They were the black pants with the all red jerseys. I just love that look. So they did the kind of the mixture there, like you said, of
The
kind of black
gradient
that
one,
goes,
yeah.
the gradient one that goes into the red. So I like it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. So, but the white ones by far, I can't wait to see Julio be catching some touchdowns.
I know.
And
I was a fan of the ATL too. I thought that was a good touch. I thought that kind of
I don't know why
incorporated the
people are
city a
hating
little
on
more.
that. Yeah, some people are like, oh, I'm like, I think it's who we are as a city. Like ATL, I'm a season ticket holder, man. So I like everybody chanting ATL. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, for the people complaining about that, at least we didn't name our stadium Truist Park. So everyone needs to back off a little bit. Things could
pick
be
and choose your
worse.
battles a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. So, Josh, I got to know, there is nothing I like about the New Orleans Saints. Like nothing. I've been to game day when we play the Saints. It is unlike, I truly believe it's unlike anything else rivalry it's got to be up there with a Pittsburgh versus Baltimore, Chicago and Green Bay. It is a hatred unlike any other. Drew Brees outside of the field, I'm sure he's a great guy. When he's wearing the Saints uniform, I wish nothing but ill will towards him.
Well, see,
not injury, of course.
First off, you're saying their name wrong. Anyways, it's the Aints.
The Aints.
Okay,
Sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
That's what it is.
When we play them, do you feel a different mood in your dad throughout the week, or is it as different for you guys as it is for us as fans? Like we mark it on the calendar twice a year, and I want nothing for them but to lose every single game, and vice versa. They hate us, but how is it for you guys?
No, definitely. The game leading up to it is more tense. If we happen to lose to them that specific game, definitely the anger is even more pissed off than you would. But I would definitely say the emotions are more ramped up. No matter how the season's going, I feel like if one team's having a bad season, other team's having a bad season, the game's always close, no matter what. It's always a tough game. Everyone's going to fight till the death, basically. It's going to be chippy. The fans are going to be going back and forth. The atmosphere is going to be amazing, and that game just is different. No offense to the Buccaneers or the Panthers, but the rivalry with the Saints is just
it is. It's next to none.
Now that
atmosphere.
Yeah. Now with Tom Brady coming to town, that might change a little. Might change.
I know.
But still, there's
and
nothing. And I have a bone to pick with the NFL. They always give us the primetime games against the Saints, but in the Superdome. They always put us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for this past year, we got to play Thanksgiving night in Atlanta. That's where I got this shirt for being there.
There you go.
I'm telling you. But that game, that was awesome. That's where we recovered the onside kick like twice at the end of the game. Insane.
Yeah, unbelievable. That was one of the most wild experiences I had ever seen. It was just unbelievable to recover them like that, like back to back. It was unbelievable.
Well, Josh, we're going to fire a few more questions. Questions at you. We know you, of course, even though we're all quarantined, they're being part of the blank family. I'm sure y'all got tons to do. So
he's got a movie night. So.
It's movie night. That's right. It's movie night. So I'm going to ask I got about one or two more. So I got to know, Atlanta, you've been there for a while now. Favorite restaurants, favorite spots to eat. Where are you going?
Favorite Atlanta rapper.
There you go.
That's a good one. Favorite Atlanta rapper. It used to be Future. I was a big Future fan.
Okay.
But recently I've been like a Gunna fan, I would say.
Okay,
So
awesome.
That would be my favorite Atlanta rappers, but I like the Migos too. Quavo's a big Falcons fan.
Yep.
Of course. As far as favorite places to go, favorite place to eat, I would say is Houston's. That's always a big family favorite of ours. Love the spinach dip there. You can never go wrong. I like going down to the Beltline. There's a lot of cool restaurants along there. a lot of good like bars and everything. So it's a good spot for like me and my friends to hang out on the weekends or to walk around with my family and everything. So I would say Houston's is definitely one of my go-tos. I'm a big Willie's fan. That's like a quick stop.
Yeah.
Love Willie's.
yeah.
So I would say those are some of my favorites for sure. Oh, and Tico
awesome.
Pizza. That's a good spot too. Antico, that's probably one of my favorite pizza places.
Oh yeah, that's really
That's
good
a good
pizza.
one.
Yeah, the best pizza. I love
Okay,
it.
awesome.
I like it. All right,
Now-
Adam, Caleb, fire away.
Yeah, I just had a question because I know a lot of people probably think this, especially football fans, but they never really get to ask it, and now we get to ask it.
Yeah.
So if you were to just drive up to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, since you're part of the blank family, can you just walk right in, or how does that work?
Yeah, so you get like a special like keypad thing, and so you can enter a keypad in, or you get a little card that you can scan, and they can let you in. So on like game days, you have like a pass that just says like all access, I guess you would say, and it just like lets you in. So I mean, theoretically, if I wanted to go, you could go, but right now, obviously, it's closed along with all the other facilities during this time. You wouldn't be able to get in right now, but on a normal day, if I wanted to go down there and walk around the stadium, like if I have friends from out of town, sometimes I'll give them tours. They've never seen the stadium
legit.
before. Yeah,
That's
there's the restaurant Molly B's. I'm not sure if you've ever eaten at it, but I like bringing friends there because it's kind of a cool spot. You get to look around the entire stadium, and the food's good too. So
Oh,
I'm
for
a
sure.
big fan of going there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
I've
next to
always
the
wondered if
train
it was
horn.
that. I've always wondered if it was just that easy. So that's awesome to know it is that easy. Just to,
Yeah, no,
I-
you can go in and scan, and it's basically just actually most employees of the stadium. It depends on some, but a lot of the employees can kind of scan their way in too.
really awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. And now, also, what's the movie of choice tonight? We've got
The movie of choice. So actually, recently we've been watching the Planet of the Apes movie. So my dad had
Okay.
never seen him before, and so we
How
decided.
funny.
Yeah, we had never seen him before, and it's kind of funny because it obviously correlates to the virus and everything. So we're watching the third tonight, so it's the last one of the series. But he loves the first two. We've watched a lot of random movies. Like we watched Richard Jewell. I'm not sure if you've seen that movie about the.
Yeah.
Not yet. I've heard it's good.
Yeah,
The Invisible
really good
Man is
movie.
good. Throwing that out there.
Okay, perfect. I'll
The Invisible
recommend
Man.
that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've been watching like a little bit of everything. You never seen like Guardians of the Galaxy, so we watched those movies.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, good movies. So we've kind of done a little bit of everything. We watched The Gentleman last week with Matthew McConaughey.
I heard that's really good.
Yeah.
If you haven't
Was it
seen
good?
that, yeah, really good. It's good action and it's really funny too. So it's a good combination.
I have to check
Okay,
it
cool.
out.
It's been on my list. I just haven't been able to do it. We've been watching TV series, so I need to switch over to movies. So
Yeah. I watched the Joe Exotic series, and
Oh yeah.
I've been watching Westworld too, as that's been coming out. So those are kind of my
awesome.
two shows right now.
Well, if you watch Tiger King, do you think Carol Baskin did it? Did she kill her husband?
That's a good question. I mean, based off of all the evidence, it would seem that way, but
Yeah.
I guess somehow she got away with it. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theories now. Like that one guy was actually her first husband. I'm forgetting his name, but
the guy who ended
who
up buying the zoo from
Yeah.
Joe. That's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
that's what I heard too.
really,
So
I did not
seen
hear that one.
Oh well,
Yep.
that's a plot thickener.
Yeah, someone put like a side by photo of her first husband to him, and it was like an eerie comparison. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, I've got to look into that.
yeah,
Huh.
it was interesting.
So, Josh, I'll kind of wrap it up here. I gotta know with obviously we're hoping that coronavirus passes quickly,
course.
and spring training coming up. Very, very excited about that. The draft it's going to be done different than we're
Very
used to.
Yeah.
So I know you can't. Don't know what you're allowed to speak on, but I'll just ask it vaguely like this. Do you see a lot of rumors saying we're going to trade up? Do you see us drafting offense or defense side of the ball first? Let's leave it.
Chase Young.
That's a good question. I think we're lucky at the position that we are at 16 that we have the opportunity that we can kind of go either way, depending on what players are available to us. I think we're in the situation that you could probably try to lean more towards picking best player available or there are obviously a few different needs that we have that we can fill. So I think that's the beauty of where we are, is that, you have the opportunity, if you want to trade up or if you want to trade back, you can, because you're kind of right in the middle. So it'll be nice to see I feel like this draft, I mean, some drafts you kind of know how the top 5 or 10 picks are going to go, but this draft seems to be kind of all over the place. And I think with the virus too, and the lack of being able to have pro days and everything, I think it's more up in the air than ever before. So I think, it'd be interesting to see how it unfolds and who's going to be available for us. Obviously, the mock drafts are kind of all over the place too. And it'll be interesting to see, who the first even like 7 picks are. Usually you can kind of guess who those are, I feel like, going into it, but maybe outside of the first 2 picks this year, you don't really know, if that. So
you can tell he's an owner's son. He answered that perfectly. Yeah, that was smooth. So Josh, we plan on, I don't know if you ever pop up around during spring training, but man, we plan on coming down there. Would love to, hopefully, man, just meet you and thank you in person for coming on. But man, we'll
of course
be in touch, and you can always come on anytime. Man, can't thank you enough for coming on. We plan on, keep going, get more people on, and really pushing A-Town sports. So, man, you were a huge help. Can't thank you enough for joining us.
There you go. Yeah, I made sure I shared it with all my friends. I told them that they would be tuning in, and I got you
Let's
guys.
go.
Don't worry.
Appreciate it.
Let's go.
Yeah, of course. But I'll be at training, so I look forward to meeting you guys in person, and obviously would love to come back on at some point too. So
absolutely.
Cool, man.
I hope you guys stay safe and everything during this, and hopefully it ends soon as well. So
sounds good.
Definitely.
Josh, thank you so much. This is Josh Blank, A-Town Sports.
Yeah, of course.
We'll talk to you soon, buddy. Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your night.
All right.
Thanks.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.